This is in 2022. I was watching what Adrian Portelli was doing, and I was like, fuck, man, there's no one doing that in the four drive game, eh? Like, he hates anyone else doing it too. I respect what Adrian's done. I don't respect that, though.
Yeah.
I'll fucking help anyone.
Yeah, I'll get you there.
know,
Yep.
Like, and so, yeah, in 2022, there wasn't really a lot of people doing it, because the whole thing for me was, you know, I'm not made of money, and forward driving is a very expensive hobby, especially with all the gear that you can fucking get for your forward drive. You go out, you're breaking shit, you're up for another $500 to fix it, or if you want to lift your car, it's fucking $2 and a bit grand for that, and then you want to winch, another couple $100 to $1,000 for that. If I can make it cheaper for me to forward drive, maybe I'll be able to help other people make it cheaper for them as well. I saw what Adrian was doing, and I was like, fuck, man, that could work in this industry too. The only people doing it were like the big names like LMCT Plus, Motor Culture, Car Hub. There was no one really doing it in the four drive space. So I was like, righto, I'll formulate a plan. And the plan was grow an audience, like get some social credibility basically, and then start hitting up brands. And then if I can get brands on board, then figure out how to fucking make a website and package it all together. I'll put a couple of grand into it to buy some stuff and start doing giveaways and see how it goes. I literally followed that plan, bro, and it worked. When I was working in sales, we used to do training every morning and shit, and one of the topics that was ran was to get a bit of paper and you fold it in half, and fold it in half, you fold it in half, and you go, right, now tear this much off, that's how much time you're going to spend on the shitter. Tear this much off, that's how much time you're going to spend sleeping. Tear this much off, that's how much time you're going to spend at work. You're left with like that much of this big bit of paper, and it's like, that's your free time. What are you going to fucking do? That's all you got. And for me, it's like, you live your life, right, and you have your kids, and you fucking, a lot of people just go to work and clock in and clock out, and then you fucking die, and then what? What are you going to be remembered for? Do you know what I mean? Like, legacy is something that's really important to me.
Same.
Do you know what I mean?
Same, yep.
The more people you touch in your life, and the more people that you positively impact, the greater your legacy will be. You know what I mean? Like, I think about that a lot, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I just help people in some way, shape, or form.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back, episode 4 of season 2 of the Tonksy Media Podcast. Firstly, I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsors. We've got Danny Lloyd and Jordan Lockerbie down there in Adelaide with Inside Out Coaching. We've got Bo the Goods Woods up here on the Gold Coast with the Goods Clothing Co. We have Benny Wolf down there in Tassie with the Wolf's Painting. And last but not least, we have the bro Dan Eldridge, which we've got on today with I4WD.CLUB. How are you, brother? Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, good, bro. Yourself?
Good, man. Good. It's good to have you on finally, man. We've had a bit of a well, for starters, what I'd like to talk about, bro, is you're up there in Townsville, brother. How's that been? It's hectic up there.
Yeah, mate. It was pretty hairy for a couple of days there, eh?
Gives a bit of gives a bit of insight on sort of exactly what happened with you and stuff, man, because it was all over national news and whatnot, and it looked pretty fucking hectic.
Yeah, we had it was a monsoon trough. I don't know exactly what that is, but it was a monsoon trough that basically collided with a tropical low. And
yeah, righto.
A tropical low is before it turns into a cyclone. But basically, like, the ideal scenario is that a tropical low forms into a cyclone, because then it's over and done with quick.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? It comes in as a huge blast, it dumps a heap of rain, blows shit all over the place, but then it goes. It's done then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas tropical low, if it doesn't form into a cyclone, it just sits there and rains and rains and rains. And basically we had, I think we exceeded the annual total record in the first 10 days of February.
Wow.
So in some places we had 2.3 meters of rain. That's a shitload of water, man.
It's crazy, brother. Wow,
Yeah.
Wow, that's unbelievable, hey.
Yeah, you don't have to do that down in Tassie, brother.
Nah, fuck no, hey. So for those of you that don't know, Dan and I have actually known each other for the best part of, 3 decades, bro?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we were in kindergarten together, and went right through primary school and high school,
We're
and
in the Fox gang.
yeah, that's it, bro.
We had our own tires to
Oh,
sit on and everything.
yeah, didn't we? Fucking oath.
You
And
remember?
man, I was only telling a mate yesterday about when you skidded your ass along one of them fucking and got the splinter in your ass, one of them seats. Was that you, or it might have been someone else? I'm pretty sure it was you in primary school. Yeah,
Oh man, do you
splinter
remember?
in your ass cheek.
I can't remember exactly, bro. But I remember that tree stump behind the footy shed. We
Yeah,
used
that's
to
where I had
jump
my
on it.
first ever punch on.
Moose.
All right, and people
Back
just
in the
think,
day when Moose was the do in the hair, you know?
yeah, oh fuck yeah, it
We
was,
used to
wasn't
get
it?
the front and just stick
Yeah,
it straight
the
up.
fringe. Oh God,
Um,
fucking hell, we're talking
funny.
like we're going on 20 odd years ago now, eh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Do you remember Jason Featherston?
I do, mate. Yes.
Yeah,
Funnily
and
enough, my um, daughter's mum, so Beck, my partner, she lives next door to. Remember their mum? What's her name? Is it Cheryl? And she was the canteen lady.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that my partner grew up next door to him. Like,
True.
yeah, he's in a small world, eh?
Man, I remember he had chicken pox,
Yeah.
but he had this really cool toy. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like a fucking Buzz Lightyear or something like that. And I really wanted to play with it, so I risked it. And then I fucking ended up with chicken pox. But it was worth it to be able to play with whatever toy it was he had at the time.
Oh God. Yeah. Wow, man. Fucking memories, eh? It's definitely been a long time since we've actually had a good catch up and a good yarn like this, bro. So I'm really looking forward to it. Firstly,
Yeah,
bro,
man.
thank
Sure.
you so much for your sponsorship. I know it took a little bit to come around. Obviously, I had my ups and downs with me addiction issues and shit like that, but thankfully back on the right path now. So
Yeah, proud of you, bro.
I know you are, brother, and I appreciate it heaps. But
Man,
let's
I just like seeing the bros fucking give it a crack, hey? Like,
well, not many of us come out of Tassie, bro, that do.
no,
You know
man.
what I mean? Like you
No.
included, bro. You are fucking killing it up there, which we will get into further in the potty. Exactly what you're doing with your business and stuff like that. But I want to take it back, bro. I want to. I mean, I was there for most of it, but I want the world to sort of hear about where Dan Eldridge come from. You've been on your upbringing and your childhood and stuff, brother.
Yeah, fuck, all right. So yeah, we grew up together in fucking Claremont, Tasmania.
The Mont
The Monts, yeah. And then
7011.
is that what it is it? Yeah, that's
709.
true. It's like 1-1. Yeah. Um, yeah, just fucking normal kid, basically. It was Three Musketeers, mate. You, me, and Brody. It was fucking good
Shout out
times, man.
Taplin, yeah. Shout out bro.
Yeah.
He's up here as well. We're all up here in Queensland now, eh?
Yeah.
Spread right
Yeah.
across the whole state. We've got the Goldie, Brizzy, and then far north. So
And then Rob's even further. He's up
yeah,
at friggin' like Cooktown or something, eh?
yeah. I recently touched base with him when I was going to come up to Townsville to do that podcast with you. Touch base
Yeah.
with him to see if I was going to do the whole catch up thing with him while I'm up there, but he is a bit further north, eh? Like,
Oh yeah, way further north. It's a big stretch of land up here, man.
yeah.
It's like you think North Queensland, it's like all there, but it's not, bro.
Nah, man, it's a
huge.
whole like a whole country on its own, eh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. But yeah, I remember like you, me, and Brody, man, going down to my dad's place there and just running amok, bro. All every week breaking into factories and
Oh,
fucking was it you, me, and Brody, or just me and Brody? I can't remember. There was that. This is incriminating, but there was that factory, and there was like these German shepherds always in this yard.
it was you and Brody, but I remember hearing about this. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. So it was I'm pretty sure it was a fishing net factory. They used to make fishing nets and shit, and it was on Bundaberg Road. We used to always ride our bikes up and down there. And there's one time we ride up there and the German shepherds weren't the yard. So we're like, fucking, let's go in and have a look. So we crawl under the fence and you
Little
go
shits.
around and then, there's this little hole in the plasterboard. So we're looking in it to see what's in there. Brody finds this paint scraper and starts chipping away at the hole. And we cut out like a full doorway out of this sheet of plasterboard. Went in there, got fishing rods, akubras, staple guns, boxes of staples. And then fucking Brody, Brody, man, little Steve Irwin, there's this
Yeah.
little freaking sparrow flying up and down the corridor and he's chasing it. I'm like, bro, don't, there's motion sensors. There's motion, and I'm going to get it, catches bird, gets the fucking bird, the alarm starts going off. We're like, legging it with these fishing rods.
Yeah. Crazy
Fucking
times,
good.
eh?
Yeah.
But give us a bit of a talk, on your sort of family life, bro. From a child, and
It was like
obviously you got your sister, and and your mum was single from what I can remember back then. So it was sort of a single mother type.
Single mum basically all my life, man. Like I
Yep.
think my mum and dad split up when I was like 2 years old or something. So I never really, and like I never saw my dad every second weekend if he wasn't hungover, sort of thing. Like, I think my fondest memories are probably at my dad's parents' place, my grandparents' farm down in Lower Longley there. Like some of the best of childhood there, like the snow, and he had 400 acres. So it was unreal, man. Like he'd get up on the roof and pretend to be Santa and talk down the chimney and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, awesome, man.
But yeah, and then just like single mum living in council housing in Tassie, in Claremont there.
Yep. In Windermere, eh?
Yeah. And mum actually bought the place. Like you never really truly appreciate what your parents have done for you until you're in that, not the same situation, but like until you're old enough and
more so until you've got your own kids.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
Yep.
Because you learn, like you do anything for them, man. And my mum, like, we never had it all, but we had everything we wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she sacrificed a lot. Just what it was like in primary school, bro. You had to have the branded bag and the
100%.
the branded hats and all that sort of shit. And like we always had that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I realize now like how much mum gave up for us to have that sort of stuff. And then, yeah, obviously, like I don't want to. I'll just kind of state kind of facts, I guess. I don't want to fucking say too much on my family's behalf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my sister had a got into the wrong crowd in primary school and just got on the drugs, like just party drugs and stuff in like young, like late primary school, early high school, I think, and just it went pretty south for her from there. Like
yeah, I remember, bro, because I've gone down the similar, pretty much the same type of path, if not worse, myself. So shout out Katie, by the way.
Yeah, bro, and that's like, if my sister watches this, I hope, like, you forgive and forget, you know what I mean? Like, I hope she doesn't watch this and think, like, oh, you little prick, telling my shit.
No, I'll back her up, bro. Just like I said, I've had the same, addiction's a hell of a fucking thing, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, and she's through, I think she's pretty, like, she's through the other side of it now. Like,
yeah, good to hear, bro.
Get that shit together, and it's good to see. Like, we actually started talking again too, which is unreal because we didn't talk for fucking years. You know, like,
yeah, no, that is good, bro. It's life's too short, eh? Like,
yeah, bro. But like I've always just if something's going to negative, like call this ignorant or fucking whatever, but if something's not going to positively impact me, bro, I fucking shut the curtains and never look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I got a couple of scenarios like that in my life at the moment where it's like I look at a situation and I go, no benefit dealing with that at all. I don't have to deal with it.
That's
so
right.
I'm not going to deal with it. And it's just going to negatively impact. I don't need that energy in my life. You know what I mean?
Like, no, 100%, bro. And especially when you're on a good, solid straight path yourself, you don't need that interruption.
But I'm grateful for having watched. Like I probably wouldn't be the person I am today if it weren't for watching the shit my sister went through. Yeah, and mates of mine too. Like even when I moved to the sunny coast, kind of skipping forward a bit, but I moved to the sunny coast when I was 14, and lived in a town called Mooloolah Valley. Shout out to the Valley Amigos. But there was a lot of rough people around there too, and like I saw a lot of shit there, but I kind of always been switched on enough to be able to be around it and see it and go, yeah, no, that ain't for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. In saying that,
and I don't know where I kind of got that willpower from, but I'm very grateful for it. Maybe if I hadn't watched what my sister went through, because I was only young, bro. Like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, you could have went either way, bro. You could have followed the footsteps, or you could have and have gone the other way. Like it's all props to you there, brother. But In saying that, you've had your fair share. You've tried this and you've tried that, haven't you? You've just never you've just never fucking fallen into any habits or anything, eh? Correct? As far as like the party
No,
scene and
bro. Like
stuff like.
I've experimented a lot, man. Like especially with psychedelics, bro. Like I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't have had the psychedelic experiences that I've had. That's a fucking fact, man.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, me, bro.
but yeah, like I've tried a lot of things, but never like I'd do it once and go, yeah, I don't see the buzz about that. You
Yeah,
know what
it's
I mean?
good, bro.
And
Yeah.
never do it again.
I remember one time, you being up at home and, you know, back in the day we used to grow a bit of pot and whatnot, and I remember the old man my mates would come around, he'd be like, piss off out the back while I'm doing this, and you was the real switched on out of all my mates. You was the one that would question, like, and I'd go by my dad's word. I'd never say a word, and you were like, I remember one day saying, why do we have to go out the back, and, is your dad doing what my dad does? You remember? Oh, yeah, and I remember thinking, I can't say yes. Like,
What did your dad do?
yeah. I just remember saying, nah.
No,
But, yeah. He was definitely always that, the one Brody would copy the schoolwork off, that's for sure,
bro, I'm just fucking aware of what's going on around me.
It's good, bro. Yeah, no, definitely, man. Like, let's talk about when you first left Tassie, then, bro. I remember you got into a bit of boxing and stuff, eh?
Yeah, man. Well, we when we left Tassie, bro, we were living on the farm in Baghdad, and mum had remarried, and they wanted to sell up the farm and move up to the sunny coast. So I think it was the year I was turning 15. I think so. Went into high school there on the sunny coast. Got the shit beaten out of me by this kid. He was a grade below me, but he was like 3 times my size.
Like an actual fist fight at school,
He
like.
flogged the fuck out of me, bro.
Yeah.
Flogged the absolute fuck out of me. Pinned me down on the ground and just fucking walloped me, man.
Yeah, wow.
And like, this was my first week at school, man. First or second week at school. And like, I literally, if I'd known jiu-jitsu, maybe I could have done something, but I'd never done any fucking martial arts or boxing or anything. And yeah, he was just massive, bro. His name was, and I'm pretty sure he's in jail now for child pornography.
I'll be fucked. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever get him
I'm
back?
right in saying that. Nah, bro, I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
But then I moved to this place called Malula Valley, and then made all my mates out there. And one of my good friends, Jason, he was boxing at the time, and he's like, "Oh, come and try this out." And yeah, just fucking got into it, loved it, bro. We were training like fucking 6-7 days a week, just fighting every weekend we could. We fought each other because we'd drive out to fucking King of Roy. Where'd we go? Drove somewhere fucking ages away, and we couldn't get matched up with anyone, so we just fought each other.
Yep. Yeah, I know a
Beat
few
crap
boys
out of
like
each
that
other.
in Tassie that have done the same thing, nobody else will fight them and have had to fight each other multiple times,
Yeah.
because I'm right into my boxing now, bro.
Yeah.
I love it,
Yeah, well, that's my fucking. Obviously, I wasn't that good at it, man, because my nose is fucking
Yeah.
rubber.
You got broken nose a couple of
Yeah.
times.
I never actually like broke it. Just the cartilage is gone.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I probably broke it a little bit. Like it's not straight, but I never like had to fucking pop it back in or anything like that.
Yep.
But yeah, we used to go and spar with. There's a bloke by the name of Darren Obar. I don't know if you heard of him.
No.
He was pretty sure he was an Aussie champ. He had a boxing gym in Kunda Park there on the sunny coast. And we always used to go because our gym was a little fucking back alley rocky gym, man. Like the ring was like a tonneau cover, curtains off trucks
Yep.
that was stitched down onto the ground. Boxing bags were 40 years old. They've been
Yeah,
re-stitched
old
100
school
times.
style, yep. Like
Yeah,
Customato type
fucking,
fucking
like,
gym.
yeah, you have 40 years of sweat in those gloves, you know what I mean? Like 16 ounce gloves weighed fucking 30 ounce, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
So we used to travel around to all the other gyms to go and spar with other people better than us to make us better. And we'd
Yeah,
go
toughen you
to,
up.
we'd go and spar with pros. So we'd go and spar at Darren's gym. We'd go and like, there's a couple of different private gyms that had pro boxers and shit. And I remember this one pro, man, like, if you've ever sparred with pros, bro, like they look after you, you know what I mean? They kind of like match your level
Yep.
and they kind of take you along with them, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
they'll give you a bit of a hiding, but
Yeah,
they're
I've
not going to beat
sparred
the
with a
living
few,
daylight.
bro. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Any good boxer who knows what they're doing is not a cockhead. Like they're not going to flog the fuck out of someone less experienced than them. You know what I
Exactly
mean?
right. Yeah,
But we
they'll
don't.
stick to your level though. Still give you the
Yeah,
what you need back. But yeah, no,
yeah.
100%. I know what you mean for sure. Yeah.
We went to this one private gym, bro, and that was not the case. This pro boxer flogged the living daylights out of me, man. Like just bailed me up, and I remember like the sense of vengeance that I had, bro. Nothing ever like it, man. Like I trained so fucking hard, knowing that we were going to go there again.
Yeah.
And then the next time we went there, bro, I flogged him, eh? I flogged him that bad that his coach went off his nut at him, like
Yeah.
in front of everyone. He's like, "You're a fucking embarrassment, bro." I was
Wow.
like, "I
Yeah.
fucking got you."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Nice, bro. Yeah. How many fights did you end up
But I'm
having?
no pro boxer by any means, man. I'm no pro boxer by any
No,
means.
I've watched you though, bro, and you go all right. You know, you read a punch pretty well. No, and in all seriousness, you know, I'd say that without you in the room. You know, I've 100%. I've watched
Thanks,
most
bro.
of your fights, and you do,
Yeah.
yeah, you do go all right, bro. 100%.
The
How many
short
fights
arms
did you
don't
have?
help. Eh? I had I think all up, I had 12 or 13,
Yep. Yeah. So you stuck to it for a
and I
decent
lost.
bit, like.
Well, I did. So the last fight that I had was a charity boxing match against one of my best mates that I went to school with on the coast, Tommy Darcy, and that was for Black Dog Institute at
Oh
a
yeah,
boxing gym
I
in
remember
Bondi.
watching that, bro. I remember watching the video footage of that one. Yeah.
That was fun, man.
Yep.
And that was the first fight. I only trained like 3 weeks for that. That was the first fight that I'd had in 5 years, I think it was.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I had all up. I think it was 12 all up, and of the 12, I think I lost three and drew one.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good record. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
You weren't the fucking shittest, bro, by far. Like,
it must have been four actually, because I had two fights in one night. We drove out to fucking Narangba or something like that.
yep,
And the first fight of the night, the bloke was way taller than me, man. But I thought I'd won the fight, man. Like on points, like he didn't land more punches than I did. And when he won, the fellow I was fighting, he won against me. And then when I was walking out of the ring, everyone's like, "Mate, that's you just got ripped. Like fuck these guys, rah rah." And I was like, "It is what it is." But then I was sitting with the doctor by the ring, and this other fella comes up. I never seen him, never knew who he was. And he goes, "Do you want to have another fight?" And I said, "Fucking go on. Like I've driven out here. Worst I can do is go home with 2 losses. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
fuck it,
that's
I'll
right.
give
Yeah,
it a
yeah,
crack." And he shapes up in the ring in his corner, and they ring the bell, and he switches straight away
oh,
to
you just,
southpaw.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm like, fuck. It just threw me off straight away. And I remember he got me with this big right straight, followed up with a left hook, and he flashed me, got me. I dropped to my knees,
yeah,
and then they gave me the count, and I got up again. I'm like, fucking righto, let's go. And then he got me the exact same combination again, bro. Did it again, flashed me. I went down to my knees again.
you'd obviously had no
And then
training against a southpaw fighter, obviously, because you're
no,
orthodox, eh? Like, yeah,
it was the first time I'd ever been in the ring of a South. It was my own fault for not training for it, but I never knew who this bloke was. But then turned out, anyway, he won. He won on points. The third round, I smashed him because I was pissed off.
yep,
But first and second, he got me. And obviously, dropping to your knees, you lose points there too.
yeah, yeah,
But turns out he had a 9-0 record. Like, I didn't know nothing about this dude, but he's way more experienced than I was at the time.
yeah,
And
right,
he
yeah,
just fed it to me.
yeah.
Fed it to me. But live and learn, don't you?
Yeah, well, then you'd already had a fight before it too, like the same night. So what do you do? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yes.
it wasn't much of a boxing. It wasn't much of a career, man. It's just amateur boxing.
Yeah, it's
Good
fitness
fun.
type fucking thing, and it's a bit of fun. Like,
Yeah, we used to have better fights at parties, bro. Like our parties on the sunny coast, man. We had a boxing ring at our house parties.
yeah, yeah.
We'd like have fucking full on proper fights in the boxing ring, man. It was mad.
Bro, I'm speaking of fighting. I've just got to give fucking big Hayes Huntsman Heppy a shout out, bro. I seen today he's just switched. Do you know who he is? The Huntsman is a pro.
I've seen him on your podcast.
Yeah, he come on my podcast in season 1, bro. He is literally he switched over to bare knuckle fighting.
Wee.
Bro, I'm telling you, and he's had 2 or 3 straight first round knockouts within like the first 15 seconds. Like, over in the UK because it's not legal here in Australia. And it's literally not even hands wrapped,
Fuck.
just bare fists, bro. You know. And he's actually about to have
Really?
his debut with BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fight Company, which is run by Conor McGregor. It's Conor McGregor's company, and he literally just did a fucking
Oh.
a press conference. So he's in Italy at the moment. He just did a press conference for it. And like Conor McGregor, man, he's like sitting there next to Conor McGregor on the fucking podium, you know, or whatever you call it, at the press conference thing at the table, you know, and Conor's talking him up, man. Like it's just like wow, you know, like this bloke, he's become full famous right across the UK and stuff now, like big
I
dollars.
saw this reel on Facebook just the other day
It's
with
on my
Connor and
story as
some
we
Irish
speak,
fella.
actually. Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
Yeah, I saw this reel of Connor with this Irish dude doing the weigh-in with this other fella, and this Irish bloke's real cocky, and then he gets in the ring and he gets knocked out in a couple of seconds.
yeah.
Eh?
But you know, just to know someone so close, like Hayes lives like less than 2 kilometers away from me here, you know, and like he's fucking in Italy with Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck,
Fuck,
bro?
that's wild. Dude.
Sort of makes you feel pretty
That's
honoured to know the
wild.
bloke. You know what I mean? And he hasn't turned into a cockhead. He's
Yeah, yeah.
still just his same old self. You know, makes replies to your messages. You know, makes sure he comments back to your comment. Like he's you know. But
Stay
got
humble, man.
all props to him. You know, he's a fucking hard man to jump in there with bare fists, bro. You know, you're 100% either coming out with a knockout win or you're getting the knock the fuck out and busted up. You know, like
Not only that, but the damage too, bro, to your body. Like, holy
oh yeah,
fuck.
and your hands, bro, your fists. You know, not even having your wrists wrapped and shit. You know,
Yeah.
like. But yeah,
Fucking want to be a big payday, eh? To make it worth it. That's
yeah,
wild, man.
it's definitely up in the tens and tens of thousands, like per fight. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to say figures, but I've got a rough idea of what he's getting paid to fight. You know, which is fucking all props to him, brother, because he come from nothing. You know, but
Fuck, mate.
besides that, you
Hell
know,
of a way to make money, eh?
yeah, that's it. Jump in the fucking ring and have a scrap, bro. I'd do it any day. Like, if I knew I was getting a good payday, like.
You get paid for it. We used to do it for free, bro.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, but nah, all props to him, man. He's a fucking he's a warrior, you know, like he's a hard man.
Fucking hell.
All right, when did
Nah.
you sort of your working career and that start, bro? Because I know you went down a pretty serious business sort of path, you know. I remember you was doing all sorts of shit like commission work and stuff, weren't you? And
Yeah, bro. So I left school halfway through year 11 and started an apprenticeship as a cabinet maker.
yeah, okay, I did live
And
on.
it's
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I did know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I got 3.5 years into that, and then the GFC started impacting Australia, and like no one was really building houses, so no one needed kitchens.
yep,
And the business I worked for, they laid off a whole heap of staff, and I was one of them.
yeah, okay,
And so I had 6 months to finish my apprenticeship, and yeah, got laid off. So then I went through, like, I'd fucking never been without work for like for more than a week if it weren't my choice. You know what I mean? Like, so it'd be Friday afternoon, and all the boys are on the beers, and I'm there with the fucking phone book, man, just ringing every single cabinet making place I could ring,
yeah,
trying to tee up work for Monday.
yep,
And I ended up like working in places in Brizzy, working in places on the fucking Gold Coast, man.
yep,
Um, like And I've been on the sunny coast, bro. Like, you know how long the drive is down to the Goldie
Yeah,
to
good
start
couple
work at
hours.
6 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but all the places I was working for, they all just ended up having to close their doors just because they were going out of
The
business.
business, yeah.
And yeah, and I got fed up with it. So then I ended up going up to Cairns for a little bit. A mate of mine was plastering up there, and we're getting on this big contract on Groot Island. So I went up to Cairns plastering for like a month or something, and it come payday, and the fella wanted to pay me fucking $10 an hour. And I was like, shit, joking,
Wow.
mate. First ticket out of here.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I was only, I think, fresh 18 or something, you know.
Still there.
And yeah, bro, he took the piss, and then he, because the fella I was working with was a legend. Moz was his name. He was a Torres Strait Islander bloke, and he goes, "Look, I know you're flying out at fucking 8 a.m. or whatever it was." He goes, "Do you reckon you could give me a hand at 5 a.m. to go and lay the rest of these sheets, and then I'll take you to the airport?" And I was like, "Moz, you're a good bloke. I'll help you out." And so I went and did this job in Innisfail with him. On the way back, the boss rings him up. He goes, "Oh, that young fella help you out?" And he's like, yeah, he did come down and help me out. Got the job done. We're on the way to the airport now. And he's like, "Oh, what? He did it?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "What? Tell him to get a ticket back up here. I'll give him a car. I'll pay him whatever he wants. Fucking good bloke, right?" And I was on speaker. I'm like, "Nah, man, like, you done your dash. $10 an hour. I'm fucking out, mate. I'm not coming back."
Yeah.
And then I going back to the coast, I ended up driving trucks, got me a truck driver's license.
Yeah, righto. What's rigid?
HR.
Yeah, righto. Yeah.
I was doing I was delivering milk, bro.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Still though, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had your truck
all up and
license,
down
bro.
Yeah, bro. I drove trucks for 4 and a bit years, I think. So
Yeah.
I was doing milk deliveries on the coast, from sunny coast down to all the way down through Brizzy, Gold Coast, Mount Tambourine, back up through Brisbane hinterland, sunny coast hinterland,
Yeah, wow.
and did that for a couple of years. And then my ex's dad offered me a job over in WA, so I drove across Australia. It was Australia Day 2013. Ex's dad rings me up. He goes, "Oh, come move over to Perth and drive for me." And I said, "Nah, man, I'm right. Like, all my mates live here and everything. Like, thanks, but I'm good." And he goes, "All right, give me a minute. I'll ring you back." And he rings me back and he goes, "Right, you move over here, work for me. Whatever you and my daughter save, I'll match it dollar for dollar and get you guys into the housing market." And I was like, fucking hard to argue with that, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I had a couple of spliffs, a few beers. I was feeling pretty merry, and it seemed like a good idea. So,
Yeah, yep.
Next day, packed me bags. I had a 2002 VU Commodore Ute.
Yep.
On its guts.
Yep.
Fucking 20-inch wheel, 89 mil off the ground.
Oh, fuck.
And I packed me Xbox, my TV, my doona, and some pillows.
Yeah.
All the important stuff on the back of the ute. And drove across Australia 4.5 days over to Perth.
Where
And,
if you were in a full,
driving
if you're in a normal car, it probably would have taken you 2 days. just joking, just talking about the low car, you know. Because I've got a VY sedan at the moment, bro. That's not much higher, you know. It's dumped on its ass.
Every bump.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember this town. I can't remember this town. I was in the middle of nowhere. I was probably about 3 hours east of Broken Hill.
Yep.
Which is the near the New South Wales South Australian border.
Yep.
And
where were you talking about?
And I was driving, like the sun was going down. It's starting to be heaps of roos and goats and shit. I'll pull into this roadhouse in the middle of nowhere. Then I go in, I say, like, "Look, what are the roads like going into Broken Hill?" And they said, "Well, you've seen how bad it's been." And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "It's going to get way worse. Like roos, goats, pigs. Like, what are you driving?" And I had that ute. And I said, "Mate, you're not going to fucking make it. You have something go through your windscreen, you'll be fucked. Just stay here overnight." And I was like, man, I really wanted to get to Broken Hill as a checkpoint to keep going the next day.
Yep.
So this fella, I'll never forget him, man. His name was Ted. He had a big B double truck. And I was having a smoke with him outside. And he goes, "Where are you trying to get to?" And I said, "Man, I'm going to Perth, but I want to get to Broken Hill tonight." He goes, "I'll tell you what, that pie in the sky goes down. You stick right behind me, mate. I'll get you there tonight."
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yep, turn your high beams on. He goes, if you see Ruse go in front of me, he goes, be careful, be ready for him to come out underneath me.
Yep.
And you remember that Jack 3D pre-workout supplement?
Yep. I do, bro.
Yeah. Off its head one, man.
Yeah, I've had a few
Yeah.
similar too. Like,
Oh, we used to snort that shit for a night out,
yeah.
just for shits and giggles, man.
Yep. Bro, some of that pre-workout's
I had like
better than your fucking cocaine these days, you know? It's like...
right. It was wild, man. They took it off the shelves because
Yep.
apparently it had an ingredient for fucking methamphetamine or something in it or
Yeah.
some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I
that's
remember
true or
remember
not, but
something like that too, yeah. Yep.
yeah. But I had like fucking 3 scoops of that because we had like I'd been driving 12 hours already and I had another 3 hours to get to Broken Hill. And I'm just like this the whole time, man. Like 20 meters behind him, you'd see 5 roos come out in front of him. You'd see 2 come out the other side. You're like, right, there's 3 more. Where are they going?
Yeah.
One and shoot this way, and one and shoot that way. And yeah, it was like 3 hours of that. Got to Broken Hill, cars covered in blood. Fuck, I don't know how I didn't get like a rib through my radiator or something.
Yeah, wow.
But
Yeah.
fucking, it was a hectic drive, man.
Yeah,
And then
unreal.
I used to drive trucks I'd drive from Perth up to the Pilbara and back. Did a lot of hot shot work.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, nice, bro. You've seen a bit of the country then, eh? Like,
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been to every state in Australia.
yep,
I haven't been to Adelaide and I haven't been to Byron Bay, but I've been to most other places.
yep. Yeah, same. I've done every state. Every state. Only place I haven't done is like northern WA and like Alice Springs. You know, but I've been like Darwin and fucking
Yeah.
all the capital cities and all that.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't done Alice either, eh?
it's definitely something I'd like to do in the future for sure. Like, got a couple of mates down there in Alice, a couple of fellas that have been on the podcast, and yeah, it seems like an awesome
Yeah,
place,
mad.
bro. Yeah, done
It's
the
fucking wild
prison, the
country,
jail
brother, I'll
there,
tell
bro,
you
is
what.
one of the most fucked up places in this country. You know, like some of the conditions that the prisoners are left in, and like some of the stories I've heard. Like, shout out Shannon Outhouse, man. He's doing all good things for the community there at the moment. You know, for the young Aboriginal community and young fellas and that there. Like, he's for a bloke that done 10 years for attempted murder, was ex-bikie. He's full on turned his life around. So shout out Shen. But yeah,
Fucking good on him, man.
yeah, bro. So
God knows they need it out there, bro.
yeah,
Tough.
well, you watched that Spanion fucking. Did you ever follow much of Spanion? The Into the Hood at Alice Springs?
Yeah, I've watched a fair bit of his stuff.
Yeah, well, Shannon's actually on that. Yeah, but he is a trainer at the Arrownet boxing gym there, the main boxing gym there in Alice Springs. So he's a boxing trainer there. But so anyway, like fast forward a little bit, brother. You've met your now beautiful wife and got a couple of kids and stuff, bro. And gives a bit of a run down that
Yeah, man.
path.
Yeah, I was just thinking the other day, bro. This year would be our 8th anniversary, man. Fucking
Yeah, wow.
8 years has gone so quick, bro.
I remember when I met
quick.
you in Melbourne
I
and met her
moved
for the
from-
first time. Hey, like, and
Yeah, bro. Yeah, true.
yeah,
Yeah. Fucking ages ago now.
fuck, shit's gone.
Yeah. It's fucking wild, bro.
So much shit's happened
It
between
feels-
then and
feels
now,
like
bro.
yesterday I was 23, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I ended up going from driving trucks in Perth. I got into sales, and then I ended up moving from a sales office in Perth to a sales office in Bondi. And then my wife was a barista in Bondi, and she made good coffee, and she's pretty hot too. So I ended up getting her number, and then fast forward 7 years after that, she ended up opening up her own cafe here in Townsville.
Oh wow, bro. Yeah,
Got our
that's
daughter.
awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's wild, eh? Like
Yeah.
to think, like
And she's
obviously it's
Brazilian,
8 years
correct?
this year, but last year. Yeah, man, Brazilian.
Yeah, yep. So you've had a few trips back and forth overseas and stuff. Hey, I remember you telling me.
Yeah. I've been there. I've been over to Brazil 4 times now. We're going again for another month at the end of the year too. which
Yeah,
will be
nice.
sick.
Tell us
It's
about
fucking wild over there, man.
tell us about the feelings of becoming a father for the first time, bro. That's all I've got to say too.
Man, there's nothing like it, bro. There's nothing like it.
It's something that I've
it's the
never really
ultimate.
had a conversation with you about, bro. So I'd like to sort of hear in depth, like just
Yeah,
how it's changed your life um, and whatnot. Yeah.
I think I think it's the ultimate
You don't know love until you have
cause
a
of
kid, eh?
accountability. 100%, bro. But also accountability, man, because it's not just you anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's them.
Yeah.
Like, if you need some fucking, I'm not like this. I'm saying what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. But if you need to kick up the ass, bro, have a fucking kid, mate, because that'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
don't have a kid just for a kick up the ass, obviously. But like, man, and I've changed so much since becoming a father too. Because like, I don't have a great relationship with my old boy anymore,
Yep.
and that's kind of motivated me to be the best father I possibly can be. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
awesome to hear, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I think also like fucking I don't know how to say it, man, but for the last couple of years I've been more interested in religion than I ever have in my entire life.
Yep. Do you think
And I think it's like,
meeting your mate Matt has been a big part of that?
yeah, 1,000%, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
1,000%. But it's like it's just crazy the turn of events that happen in life, you know what I mean? Like I would like the amount of I actually rang Matt the other day, bro, because I had this experience right when I was driving home. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was interviewing or not interviewing, but having a chat with Adam Curry. I don't know if
Yep.
you've watched that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I have watched. I've flicked
Yeah,
through it. Yeah.
yeah, the Podfather, bro. Adam Curry was like the first podcaster out, and and so Adam was saying to Joe, he's like, God works through you. He's like the things that you've done for humanity are like God is working through you.
Yep.
And um, Joe's saying like, everything that's worked out for him with the podcast, with the UFC, with his comedy club and all of that. He's like, it just blows his mind how so many things lined up for that to happen. And then in
Destined,
just
bro.
that moment, I'm thinking to
Destiny.
myself, yeah, bro, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, like where I am now with I4WD.CLUB and what it's grown into, and my fucking gorgeous family, and my relationship with my wife, and the friends that I've got, and the community that we're building, and the unreal people that are members that I've got relationships with now, and the
Yep.
people like just the turn of events. And I just started feeling incredibly grateful for it. You know what I mean? Like,
That warms
I
my
wouldn't have
heart, brother.
I4WD.CLUB, bro. Well, it's like everything just fell into place, bro. Like I wouldn't have this brand wouldn't have started if I hadn't moved back to Tassie,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have moved back to Tassie if I didn't get into selling solar, and I wouldn't have got into selling solar if COVID didn't happen,
Yep.
and I, and I, and I hadn't have moved to Bondi, and if I hadn't have moved to fucking Perth and the sunny, like just the turn of events, and like in that moment, bro, I was feeling this gratitude, and then I've got this thing all my life, man. I don't know if you're the same. A lot of people are, but I see the numbers 1111 when
Oh my
when I'm
God.
on the
So,
right
bro,
track.
not just that, but I've seen 222, bro. I woke up this morning at 222.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm huge on it, bro.
I've got. You can see it. I've got 11 and 11 tattooed on this chick's hands.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know if you can see it or not. So to me, it's been, and like my mate Matt, he's a very spiritual person, and he's opened my eyes to a lot of things. And he says he thinks that is um like like God kind of guiding me, because it's always 1111's always been a guidance thing for me, man. Like
Yep.
if I'm on the right track in life, I'll see it.
Yep.
And if I haven't seen it for a while and I become aware of it, I'll start to kind of assess the choices that I'm making,
Yep.
and and my actions and the habits that I have. And after making that assessment and making a few corrections,
Bang, it'll
then
flash up.
it'll be so but so like in my face. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
And like this experience I had the other day, man, when Joe was talking about, you know, the
I got the
turn of events
goosebumps,
and
bro.
Adam
I'm
Curry.
sorry.
Yeah, give me too, bro. Like
Yep.
Adam Curry's saying like that's God working through you, and then I'm thinking about my turn of events that's happened, and then I look down at the fucking odometer on my car, just as I'm having that thought, and like, is that God that's been giving me those those coincidences? And then I look down and there's 11:11,
Wow.
and I'm just like, holy. Like it almost, this sounds a bit fucking, you know, think what you will. I don't give a fuck. Like it
Yeah.
almost made me cry, bro.
Yeah, bro.
The
That's
feeling
the
that gave
spirit,
me.
bro. That is the spirit of that. It's I was only talking about this today, bro, with somebody. It's the way, like, I'm not sure if it's the right word, but when your body purges, like purging it, is that the right word for, like, you know, to purge? You cry, or you fucking, you cry, you sweat, you
Yeah.
shit,
Just
you
the
piss,
emotion.
your body releases, you know,
Yeah.
that, yeah, like fucking, oh, it's
It's
just it's
fucking,
incomprehensible, bro.
look,
Is the best word to describe it.
it
It's
is, bro.
just undescribable, like for the human brain. Like, I swear, it's in there. I know, but it's just I can't
There's something there,
describe it
man.
the way I can see it in my own head. Like, it's
Yeah, bro.
something else, eh?
And
It's evolution,
you
bro.
know Jordan Peterson, right?
The name rings a bell.
Yeah, so he's a he's a psychologist, a Canadian psychologist who came to fame because he was basically telling trans people like there's two genders, right? And he was a professor at a university, and they just crucified him, bro. Like, but it worked to his advantage. He ended up becoming really famous because of it. And he says this thing. He's like, even if you don't believe in God, act like you do, and your life will get better.
Yeah. Yep.
And for me, like the story of Christ, like I watched this show called The Chosen on
Yep.
it's an independently produced series, and like I'll be the first to admit the story of Christ is the most beautiful story and the most incredible, amazing, life-changing story I've ever heard.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
Yep.
Whether whether it's true or not, I don't know.
Why the fuck isn't it
Did he
true, bro?
fucking
You know,
part water?
why is it such a historic story and it's stayed the same the whole way along? And why are there churches? Why does the cross mean something? Do you know what I mean? Like
Well,
it's real, man.
the
It's
kind of
Jesus'
most
story
solid
is real.
argument,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
The most solid argument that I can kind of hear and go like, yeah, fuck, fair enough. I can't argue with that. Is the fact that the 12, and I could be butchering this. I don't know the fucking all the facts
yep,
like the
yep,
back of
yep,
my
yep,
hand, but the 12 disciples, whatever they
yep.
were,
Jesus followers. Yep.
they all were brutally they were all brutally murdered for preaching his story, sort of thing. And that the biggest argument is like, you don't die for a lie. You wouldn't sacrifice your life for a
Yeah,
lie.
yeah. I know what you're saying there. No, that's right. Yeah, you wouldn't. That's
But
exactly
to
right.
me, like, why would you wouldn't die? And but either way, like, you know, I can't argue with that. Do I believe it 100%? No, I don't believe it 100%. I don't.
No,
Like,
I'm the
I've had
same
some
too, and I
pretty
don't
fucking
know it well
insane
enough
trips to
to
KFC, man.
either. You know, but can I just butt in
Yeah.
here, bro? While we're in this conversation, right? Is you were talking about doing, you know, you've had your psychedelic experiences and stuff, right? Have you done DMT?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that connected me. That was my first real connection towards something, whatever it is, you know. And
Yeah.
you know, and then obviously going to jail and being in jail, the Bible's thrown in your face, you know, and it's like you've got that much fucking time in there, bro. Why not give it a read, you know? And in there, it's called the prison Bible. It's worded for like you are to read it and understand it, you know. It's not like a proper exact same thing, but it's just worded like for a dumbass, you know, like.
Easier to understand.
Yeah,
Really.
but you know what I mean? But it's, you know, and then that was like, and then so many things happened to me while I was in there, bro, that just pulled me closer and closer to her. These days, like, just to shorten the story, these days, the way I see it, bro, is God, or whatever you want to call it, whatever the higher power, the higher thing is, it's just your own voice in your head, one decision or the other. You know, that good decision. Even like, for example, like for me, I'm a former drug addict. Um, the temptation to use, that's the devil. You know, even though
Yeah.
you want to feel that feeling, you want to do that. Even though you've got this other voice saying you don't do it, don't do it. The majority of you wants to fuck you and go with the temptation. That's just an example for. I think that's God and the devil. Just to put it short, that's the way I see it in a small, short way to put it.
It's the objective truth.
Yeah,
And what I mean by that is that, like, we know that drug addiction is bad,
yeah,
right? Touching fucking kids is bad.
yeah,
Fucking animals is bad.
yeah. It's not
Like, we
normal.
know
Yeah,
that all that's bad. It's an objective truth, right? But where does that truth come from? Why do we all know that, like, the majority of people who aren't fucking tapped, we know that that's an objective truth.
yeah.
But where does that truth come from? Why do we know that to be an objective truth?
All comes down to the law, I guess. Whenever law was brought into it, like, because how the fuck was back in, before Christ and stuff, how did you know it was not normal to fuck a dog? Like,
But that's the thing. Apparently they did before that, you know what I mean? Like, you look at
yeah,
the
where's it all
fucking Muslims,
start?
bro.
That's right. Where's it all come from?
Muhammad. Yeah, bro.
It's
Their
I could
Prophet
go on and
Muhammad,
on,
who's
brother.
supposed to be the most perfect person, married a fucking 9-year-old kid, and that was their example of a perfect person. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
But like, what I kind of want to say, because like people watching this is like, I don't know if it's fucking true or not. I don't go to church every Sunday.
yep,
Regardless, though, I hear what Jordan Peterson says, and he says, whether you believe it or not, pretend like you do, and your life will be better. And since I've been focusing on the principles and concepts of
living right,
Jesus or God's word or whatever, bro, yeah, man, yeah, like having some fucking morality, you know what I mean, and just like trying to be a fucking good person, like that objective truth, good person, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, it's definitely made my life better. That's for sure.
Can I just say, bro? Like,
I think I'd have to witness.
Yeah, but I'll just say, I'm glad this subject's been brought up with you because I know that you're very new to it all and stuff. And well, I mentioned your mate Matt there earlier. Just for anybody that doesn't know, Matt's, just give a bit of a rundown on Matt. He's one of your good mates up there in Townsville or whatever. And
yeah, Matt. His story is interesting, bro, and this is why he captivates me so much, man, because he turned to Christ trying to disprove it.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And he couldn't. He was like, no, this is all shit. Like, I'm gonna figure out that it's all shit, basically. And he couldn't. And he's like, I can't not believe it. Like, I can't prove that it's not right. And now he's like, he's on his way to becoming a pastor at a church. Like, he talks
That's
at the
beautiful,
church.
bro. Yeah, that's so cool.
Like I said, it's not like I don't pray every night and that sort of thing, but I'm more, and I think like the psychedelic journeys that I had in the young years too, I've always kind of thought that there's something there, you know what I mean? Like there's something
greater, bro. Yeah, 100%. And it's made me not be
100%.
worried or scared. Take this as you like, if people listen. But I'm not scared to die, bro. I was always petrified. Oh fuck, how am I going to die? Is it going to be painful? Is it, It's over. I'm sort of excited, bro, in a way to experience what's next. You know what I mean? And that sounds fucking cooked to the average ear.
No one knows what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it sounds absolutely cooked to the average ear. But if you've been to places within your mind that I have, then you fucking agree, bro. And I can clearly tell that you have. Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm the exact same, bro. And that's like I've always had this sense of like call it ignorance, but everything's just gonna be all right for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've just got
I do know what you mean because I feel similar too. And because I've been to some fucking dark places,
yeah,
brother, you know, and always come out the other side, like without a doubt. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
I do. I understand
And
exactly what you mean.
for me, I think it's what's kind of stopped me from going down a lot of dark paths that were presented to me too.
Yep.
Like I could make a choice. Do you know what I mean? And with that could be a fork in the fucking road. You know what I mean? And if I choose that one, things would be very fucking different.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like I actually signed up for the infantry when we were going to, like we were hard out in Afghan and Iraq and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And I actually didn't sign up for infantry. I signed up for to be an armorer to like build the guns and that sort of thing. But I failed the test. And then when I left the army place in Brisbane, I pulled my wallet out of my best shirt pocket and I had fucking 2 caps of MDMA stuck to the inside of my pocket. So I fucking took them and drove over to the sunny coast. And they said to me, like, look, you failed. You're not going to be taken in as an armory or whatever it was, but we can put you down for infantry, but we're flat out. It's literally a 2-year wait list. We'll ring you in 2 years' time. And like, had they have rang me sooner, I would have gone 100%.
Yep.
Because like there's this fucking like nutcase side of me that would love to fucking shoot cunts. You know what I mean?
Right. I was just going to stop you right there. Okay. Yeah. It's just hold your train of thought there. I've got a mate. I don't know if you ever met him from Tassie. Shout out Nathan Romper. Right. You remember Matty Romper? You do. He was,
yeah, rings a bell.
Yeah, you do because he was. I won't say names and stuff, but he was, you know, part of my kid's mum's life there for a little bit. And back in before I was ever around, when you were in the picture, you get what I'm saying? Around those days. So anyway, but his little brother, Nath, he's our age, right? Nath fought frontline, bro, in the army. Like, he was one of those guys that took the right path when he could have taken the wrong path, you know? And he's, just to cut a long story short, you know, he fought frontline in Afghanistan, Iraq. He's now volunteering in the Ukraine, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's got all this knowledge. Yeah, like he's a soldier, brother. Like through and through, you know. And I've been chatting to his brother Matty, not of recent, but in the 6 months ago or so, and we were actually going to try and get Nath on the podcast live from fucking Ukraine while the war was on. Like, would have been a pretty cool thing to do. So I'm hoping you're watching this, Nath. It's something I want to do in the future, brother. Yeah.
Well, I was keen to go, but then I just fucking ate too many mushrooms and it completely changed my whole trajectory. My whole way of thinking. They rang me up. They're like, "Oh, you can come in now." I'm like, "No, I'm good, eh? I'm sweet."
Moving on, brother. We'll I want to hear exactly. You know, obviously you're a major sponsor of mine for the podcast, and you know I'm super grateful to have you alongside of the other sponsors, mate. Tell us about I4WD.CLUB right from the beginning, bro. How it started. I know it was a bit of a tough sort of scene to get into with the online type business and stuff, and the giveaway. Like, it's every man and their dog's doing it these days. Let's admit that. You know.
Last year we tried to give away 5 of the new ROH Zullo hybrid locks, but the winner drove a
Land Cruiser.
Then we asked us if we should do it again, and you guys said, so we are. We're giving away 5 ROH Zullo hybrid locks, all 5 ROH Assaults, plus 5 Predator tyres in either all-terrains or mud terrains, any size you want, up to 35 inch. So all you got to do is join the club, access club rates of up to 25% off almost 100 of the best four-wheel drive gear and accessory brands, and you'll automatically be in the draw to win.
Righto.
Is it recording?
Yep.
How'd you do that?
With the remote right here.
Get fucked.
You just got a button right here.
And it's starting to record. You can see the timer.
Yeah, bros.
Hectic.
Yeah.
So yeah, take us back to when that sort of began.
Well, it's kind of like I was saying before, like just a fucking interesting turn of events, how everything just happened
Yep.
and things eventuated. So I was in Sydney working for this solar company and caught up in the city slicker life, bro. Like wearing suits every day, aspiring for the $60 million mansions in the fucking eastern suburbs, driving a two-door coupe, fucking twin turbo diesel Mercedes Benz, like
Yeah. No.
financed obviously, like stupid financial decisions.
Yep.
But then I started this solar company in Sydney, and they asked me to move back to Tassie to run a branch down there, and so I did. And I was selling solar to farmers, bro, rocking up to their fucking houses, driving this Mercedes Benz. I'm like, bro, I can't be doing this. I couldn't even get up their driveways in this thing. You know what I mean? So I bought this Hilux, this 1996 LN 107 Hilux, and a bit of ground clearance and four-wheel drive, I could start getting up all these fucking driveways.
Yeah,
at
and
night.
let's admit, Tassie's a
And
pretty hilly sort
had
of place, hey? Like,
some of the places that I went to too, man. Like I got to see a lot of the state when I was down there running that company. It was fucking wicked. But yeah, then I like I had the four-wheel drive, but I never really got into it down there. It wasn't until I moved up here to Townsville, a mate of mine's like, "Oi, fucking let's go out on this track." It was real muddy and that had been raining, and it's the stretch that we drove, man. It's like a 4K max, 4 kilometers max stretch of roads, like but it was that muddy, bro. It took us 5 hours
wow.
to get through it because we just get bogged and fucking everyone's getting like it was. But I fell in love with it from then. I was just like, man, this is unreal. So sold the Merc, fucking bought the missus a car, and just went off road as much as I fucking could, and just fell in love with it, man. And like, it was just so fun, man. Like just going remote and went camping a couple of times. Some mates. Look, I went camping a lot when I was younger and that, but like first time like full driving to go camping, and like I was just like, fuck, bro, this is what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like I'd lost the desire for like wealth, so to speak, when I moved back to Tassie. Like it kind of got me like
Up and down
I
there,
went
bro. Yeah, I know
out
what
in
you
the
mean.
bush a lot. Man, I used to go hunting for mushrooms all the time in Tassie.
Yeah.
Not just magic mushrooms, but like all sorts of fungi, bro. Like there's so many different species of fungi in Tasmania. It's not funny. But anyway, I'd had surgery on my foot, and I had like 6 weeks basically laying on my ass. And I thought like, fuck, bro. Like I've always been pretty entrepreneurial, but I really wanted to start a business because I was like, fuck, man, when I'm all healed up, I got to go back to work. And I wasn't really excited about it. So this was in 2022. I was watching what Adrian Portelli was doing. And I was like, fuck, man, there's no one doing that in the full drive game, eh?
And just quickly,
fucking
Adrian
driving.
Portelli, the head of LMCT Plus giveaways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just bought the whole block.
He hates any. Yeah, bro. He hates anyone else doing it too, which I respect what Adrian's done. I don't respect that though. Do you know what I mean? Like hating everyone else trying to give it a go. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll fucking help anyone.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I'll get you there. Yep.
like you know what I mean? But anyway, and so yeah, in 2022 there wasn't really a lot of people doing it because the whole thing for me was, I'm not made of money, and forward driving is a very expensive hobby, especially with all the gear that you can fucking get for your forward drive. Like, there's always something you can do to make your rig more capable, but it's expensive, man. Like, to get a
Breaking
lift
things
on
and
your
whatnot.
car,
Like,
you go out, you're breaking shit, you're up for another $500 to fix it, or if you want to lift your car, it's fucking $2 and a bit grand for that, and then you want to winch, another couple $100 to $1,000 for that. Like the list goes on. And I was like, fuck, man, if I can make it cheaper for me to forward drive, maybe I'll be able to help other people make it cheaper for them as well. And then I saw what Adrian was doing. And I was like, fuck, man, that could work in this industry too. And like, this is late 2022. The only people doing it were like the big names like LMCT Plus, Motor Culture, Car Hub. There was no one really doing it in the forward drive space. So I was like, righto, I'll formulate a plan. And the plan was grow an audience, like get some social credibility basically.
Yep.
And then start hitting up brands. And then if I can get brands on board, then figure out how to fucking make a website and package it all together. I'll put a couple of grand into it to buy some stuff and start doing giveaways and see how it goes. And I literally followed that plan, bro, and it worked. Like it went from, I started the Instagram first and it got to 20,000 followers in like 16 weeks or something. Like
Wow.
it just blew up real quick. And like I was just, yeah, bro, I was just watching like the wicked content from Aussie four-wheel drivers and reposting their content to help them get more eyes on what they're doing as well. And I'd always tag them in it and chat to them. And like, I never really had anyone say like, "Oi, what are you doing sharing my shit?" You know what I mean? Like I had one bloke do that, but he came around. But
Yep.
and then like people following because they're like, this page is posting sick content.
And a lot of people
like,
do
I'd
that,
never
hey?
post
Like,
yeah. Yeah, and because the reason that kind of idea came to me was because I was following other pages that were doing that. I was
Yep.
like, I want four-wheel drive content. This page is just four-wheel drive content. So, and then I'd get on to other people. Like I'd see someone on one of these reshare pages, and then I'd start following them. And so anyway, that's the route that I went down, and then started getting a big following, and then I started hitting up other like brands and that, and like there's one retailer here in Townsville called 4 Drive Central, and they're a wicked shop, bro. Like they got all the good shit in there. And I thought, like, I fucking want to get them on board, local mob, you know.
Yep.
And so I searched for people who, like, you know how you can search for a business on Facebook and it'll tell you all the people that have that business as their workplace.
Yep.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I saw the people who worked there, and then I looked at their mutual friends to see if I had any friends that were friends with them to kind of give me an introduction, so it wasn't just a cold intro.
Yeah.
To warm it up a bit.
Yeah. Sort of
And, I had
searching for
one
that
mate
middleman.
Yeah. I just wanted to warm it up instead of just being completely cold
Yeah,
and
who's
going in
this
and trying
guy?
to sell
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the idea. Yeah, so I got that. I had a mate who was mutual friends with one of the managers, and then went in there and told him the dream, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, we'll get behind you." So, yeah, it started, and so that was early 2023, and I did the first giveaway. It was silly. The prize wasn't silly. It was all right prize. It was a winch and recovery boards and a recovery kit, but you had one of these T-shirts. You had to buy these T-shirts to get an entry. But I had to sell the T-shirts too expensive to actually be able to afford to sell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I realized that the price of the T-shirt, it didn't add up to the value of what they could win, because it was like $60 shipped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, I'm going to spend $60 to win $2,000 worth of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, I sold like 30 shirts, cost me a fuckload of money. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. I've got to get this membership thing sorted out. So then I basically kind of lost the motivation to do it I didn't really touch anything for about 10 months. And then my business partner, Jimmy, we went on a trip up north to the Daintree rainforest. We did a track through the Daintree called the Crab Track, and like camped on that, and then went to the Lions Den Hotel, and then did another track called the Old Coach Road. So did that for, camped on that, finished that the next day, and went through this old gold mining town called Maytown. And anyway, Jimmy sort of lit the fire for me again. He's like, "Mate, I want to get involved. Like, let's fucking do this, bro. Like, the idea that you've got's unreal. Let's do it." And so he chucked a bit of money in to help get it rolling, and then I built the site. I hit up way more brands, got the membership base done, and then just the first giveaway I did, it wasn't a subscription, it was a one-off, buy a one-off membership, just pay once and that's it, because I didn't want to take people's money monthly if I couldn't do giveaways every month.
Yeah,
do you
of
know
course.
What I mean?
Yeah, of course. You didn't want to rip people off in other words.
No,
like,
I just feel like I'm ripping people off, you know,
yeah.
like, and I like to be fucking moral, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
if
You've
I'm gonna
always
take
you've
your money
always
monthly,
been that sort of fella too, you know. I'll give you that for sure. Yeah.
Jeez, bro. So yeah, but the first one went well. It was another, it was winch and spotlights, and it did really well. And I was like, "Fuck, we're on here." So then I started the subscription, and then I just went every month from there. I think the next one was, what did we do? We did like $4,000 worth of Dometic fridge gear, so like the fridge slide, fridge cover, it was a GME radio. There was about $4,000 worth of gear in it, and that went well. And then the next one we did a drifter rooftop tent. That went well. And then we did what else did we do?
So by this stage, you're actually starting to profit?
No, man, no. Even now, we don't profit now.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because like profit is what you keep. We don't keep anything.
No, that's I'll get you. You throw it back in for the next one. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. So like every single dollar that it makes, it's just reinvested back into the business
Just
to make it bigger
and
better.
Just growing it, yep.
Yeah, man, yeah. And like even when it's at the point where it could profit, I still won't take any profit from it. I'll just keep putting it back into the business because I've got audacious dreams for it, man. And the only way it's going to happen is if I'm fucking aggressive in the way that I want to grow it. So the basically, to cut a long story short, like we're doing gear and accessory giveaways, sometimes monthly, sometimes a couple of times a month. Like this month we're doing a set of ROH rims. The winner can choose between 2 different styles of rims, but it also comes with 5 rims, 5 tires, their choice of size up to 35 inch. Last month we did $6,000 store credit with Mike's Shock Shop. Next month, I'm not going to drop it yet, but we've got 4 giveaways in next month.
Yeah, nice.
And then the next month after that, we're going to starting to be going pretty fucking big, and it's just going to keep getting bigger from there. But the goal, when I can sit back and go, that was my dream and I've done it, is I want to be able to build custom 1-of-1 4-wheel drives. So the differentiation between what I want to do and what the others are doing, yes, it's all the same shit, but the difference is these other guys go and buy a 79 series Land Cruiser, they put a fucking canopy on it, they put a 2-inch lift on it, they put a 12-volt kit in it, and they go win this cruiser. Fuck that, I'm sorry, but what I want to do is molester a 4-wheel drive. I want to strip it right back to the
fucking, yeah.
And not a single nut or bolt unturned. So, like, anyone who watches this, I hope one day this eventuates, right? But I want to build like a 60 series Land Cruiser, right?
Yep.
And for anyone who knows the 4-wheel drive game, there's one vehicle in Australia that is the most iconic 60 series, and it's called the Dirty 30. It's a chopped 60 series with a 1HD FTE in it, and it's owned by Sean Whale, who's the owner of 4 Drive 24/7, which is the most popular 4 Drive channel worldwide. They got over 1 million subscribers.
Wow.
I'm like, I want to build a 60 series, but I don't want to design it. I want to get Sean Whale to design it.
Yeah, okay.
And then I want to have a plaque on it that says designed by Sean Whale. And then I want to have an owner's manual that has every single thing that was done to that car in it.
Yep.
So the engine was done by this bloke. These are the specs of the engine. This is why he did this instead of this. This is the warranty information on it. This is the suspension. This is the geometry specs of the suspension. This is why we did this instead of this. These are the parts used. This is who did it. This is the warranty info. And even like, these are the fucking grab handles. We bought them from this mob because of this.
Yep.
Here's your warranty info. It's every single thing done.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to do. Like to try to win the keys, and you can drive that vehicle any track in Australia and live out of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Proper 1-of-1 cut stuff. And I want to be able to do it every month. That's the dream.
That's awesome,
and then the
bro.
gear and accessory giveaway, I want to do those every week.
Big dream bigger, eh? Like,
yeah, bro.
That's awesome, bro. You know, and then eventually one day it'll be someone under you that will be saying, you know, I want Dan Eldridge from I4WD.CLUB to design my fucking, you know, that's like, well, mate, you can never dream too big, you know, like anything's possible. I just
want to fuck around a 4-wheel drive all the time, eh? Like, you know, I was talking to a fella today. Shout out to Fitzy if he watches this from Lakeland. He was showing me these fellas in America that are doing the whole trade promotion game too, and they're driving Lambos and living in all these fucking flash houses and shit. Like, I don't want none of that, bro. Like, I just want to be able to build a 105 series Land Cruiser with a 1HD FTE, 4-link triangulated rear coilover conversion, like the whole like shebang, and then buy a caravan, chuck Starlink on the cunt, and be able to take my family around the country.
That's beautiful, bro.
Like, I don't want to live. I don't want to live in a mansion. I don't want to drive. I'll never own a Ferrari. I don't want none of that shit.
Yep.
Like, I just want to have the capital in the business to genuinely. I think you know what it is, bro. You know what I think it is, and this is what I think why I did well in sales and coaching and building sales teams, right? And I think it's because I like creating an impact on people's lives.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Call that selfish, but my dick never gets harder than when people say, "Thank you, bro. I did this because of you."
Yeah. Nah, fuck, bro. There's no selfishness about that. You know, if you think that's selfish, you're a fuckwit.
There is a little bit, but
Do you know what
I
I
think
mean?
there is a little bit of selfish, you know.
Yeah, but
I'm happy for that.
yeah, but it's not a bad selfish. It's not. I don't see it as selfish. You know, I'm not going against you there, but it's not, bro. It's yeah, it's fucking great, bro.
I think it's like we're getting older now, eh? Like we're fucking 33 this, like we're still young, you know what I mean?
Bro, I
But
just had a daughter start high school.
fuck off, really?
Marley's in high school, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Em and I have a
Wow.
daughter in high school, man. and Harlow's in year 5, and then I've got a freaking almost 2-year-old, 1.5-year-old. Like,
You know, when I was in working in sales in Perth, man, we used to do training every morning and shit. And one of the topics that was ran was we'd get a bit of paper, right? And you'd fold it in half, you'd fold it in half, you'd fold it in half. And you go, right, now tear this much off. That's how much time you're going to spend on the shitter. Tear this much off. That's how much time you're going to spend sleeping. Tear this much off. That's how much time you're going to spend at work. You're left with like that much of this big bit of paper. And it's like, that's your free time.
yeah,
What are you going to fucking do? That's all you got. And for me, it's like you live your life, right? And you have your kids and you fucking, a lot of people just go to work and clock in and clock out. And then you fucking die, and then what?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, all this
You know what I mean?
materialistic shit is just borrowed, mate. Everything's just borrowed, you know?
But what are you going to be remembered for? Do you know what I mean? Like legacy is something that's really important to me.
Same.
Do you know what I mean?
Same, yep.
And the more people you touch in your life and the more people that you positively impact, the greater your legacy will be. You know what I mean? Like, I think about that a lot, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I just want to fucking help people in some way, shape, or form.
It's awesome, bro. And that's a good way to wrap this podcast up, man. You know, I'm super, super fucking proud of you, man. I'm honoured to, you know, call you a brother.
You too.
Yeah, cheers, brother. But you know, call you a brother, you know, and a lifelong one at that. Like, you know, the last but not least, bro, where can people find you, man? Give us a shout out on your socials and you know, the business page, this and that.
Website. Yep, website is www.I4WD.CLUB. And the same handle for everything else, I4Drive.CLUB on Instagram, I4Drive.CLUB on Facebook. We do have a channel. There's not a lot going on there, but watch that space because eventually there will be. We'll be having build series on there and trips that we're doing in the builds. And like that's when we're full time with it, we'll be doing a lot more on YouTube. Right now, there's just some silly videos that I've done.
Yep.
But yeah, predominantly it's the Instagram is the biggest and then the Facebook. You can become a member at www.I4WD.CLUB, save up to 25% on almost 100 different four-wheel drive gear and accessory brands. If you watch this and you're building a four-wheel drive, it's fucking expensive, I know. You join the club, $10 a month, you go and buy fucking suspension or something, you've saved $500 to $1,000. That'll cover the cost of your membership for fucking 5 years, you know what I mean? So
yeah, unreal, man.
Plus you can win mad gear.
Yeah. Awesome, bro. Look, man, it's been an absolute honour having you on, Dan, and we're going to have to catch up in person, bro, and have a couple of beers. And
yeah, man.
It's been
I'm a beer and a half in, and I'm ready to keep going.
Yeah, same, bro, same. You know, I don't usually drink when I'm on.
These days, man.
Don't usually have a beer when I'm on the podcast, but thought, fuck it, it's catching up with an old brother from, you know, a child. So I thought, why not? But again, bro,
Fuck,
I'm
I
still.
feel like I've done too much talking here, man. Next one will have to be a lot more casual. Just fucking have a yarn.
Yeah, it's gone the way. It's gone down, like you said, it's gone down a different path than what I thought it would do, But I'm sort of glad we spoke about some of the things we have, man. And it's yeah, again, bro, it's an absolute honour. I'm truly, truly grateful for the sponsorship, brother, and
I'm grateful to be able to sponsor you, brother.
Yeah, no, awesome, bro. And it's I'll always, I'll always share on social medias. I'll always give the business a shout out. It doesn't just go for you; it goes for the other three sponsors as well. They're all pretty equal to me. So yeah, man. Again, I'll give a shout out to the sponsors. Inside Out Coaching, the Goods Clothing Co. Benny Wolf with the Wolf's Painting, and you, brother, I4WD.CLUB. I've got to start saying that because I just say I4WD Club, but it's actually the dot there, so I'll start saying that. Anyway, guys, this is where we'll wrap it up. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for having me.